Hey guys, it's the last time I'm back to my channel. So, as you can already see, we are going to be playing the Elementalists 2. Honestly, I don't remember what happened last chapter. I honestly don't remember that much. I think I remember everything, but I don't think I remember everything. But anyways, Chapter 2, in session. In History of Spells, the following morning, you and Becca discussed a strange man who appeared in Penn Square yesterday. Okay, this part obviously I remember. Esther basically said his power was off the charts. Were our parents friends with a lot of powerful attuned or what? He seemed more interested in making your acquaintance than that word about your parents. Perhaps he heard that you vanquished Rafe? Baratos helped with that, and this guy totally ignored her. She's been pretty grumpy about it. She doesn't trust him at all. I can't stop thinking about how, in my vision, he said he was happy to be back. But why did he go away in the first place? What about you? Do you feel ready to face him again whenever that inevitable meeting occurs? Honestly, I don't know if I can be ready. This guy seems way too unpredictable. But I do know that I'm worried about what he's capable of. Red Square was chaos. Someone could get seriously hurt the next time around. Though he seemed to listen to you, if you tell him to be careful with his magic, he may just comply again. That's a big if. I don't want to risk putting people in danger. And then there's that weird thing my power did when I was trying to get his attention. Good morning, class, and welcome to History of Spells. A young woman passes swiftly on her way to the front of the class. Becca's jaw drops, and he whispers to himself. No, it can't be. I have something fun planned for today. I dare say, by the time you leave, you'll be wishing it wasn't over. Ah yes, I could introduce myself first. Class, my name is Professor... Don't tell me this is his mother. Professor Harrington? Okay, that's his sister? No, yeah. Like, if it was his mother, it'll be way older. Kind of. Okay, not way. You know what I mean, it'll be older. The train breaks out, and several students nearby turn to look at Beckett. He glares at himself. At them. I see the family name still on host's glory. Don't worry, I won't play favorites. My brother, I knew it, will have to work as hard as the rest of you. Beckett's eyebrows snag like he's trying to solve a complex equation. You turn back in as his sister begins explaining the lesson, holding up a misshapen piece of metal. The weapon forging spell can be traced back to the Knights of the Round Table. It was first used to create Excalibur. This I can say. Knights of the Round Table? Excalibur? A weapon forging spell? Beckett, your sister is awesome. This spell is a combination metal-fire spell, with predominant energies in the realm of metal. The first step is to focus your fire magic into a forge, heating it to extreme temperatures while keeping it in control. Once that's done, it's a matter of melting, shaping, and re-solidifying the metal into the shape you desire. The metal in her hands, which she's been melting and reforming as she speaks, has become a long sword with a gleaming jewel in its hilt. Katrina floats a hunk of metal onto each student's desk and tells you to begin. You turn to Beckett eagerly. Your sister just forged a freaking sword. That's epic. Epic. I can't talk. I have never wanted to impress a teacher so much in my life. Slow down, Ellie. All second-year spells are dual element. It won't be a simple matter to... So I just have to make a forge, huh? The fire magic comes to you with ease, leading to extreme temperatures between your palms. The air around it shimmers with heat. I'm going to keep it controlled. With a disciplined hand, you concentrate the heat between your palms. The flames turn a searing blue. Easy peasy. Fantastic technique over there, Miss Russell. I might even call you natural. Thanks, Professor. I guess today's a good day for fire magic. Beside you, Beckett speaks dryly, flames boiling between his palms. There's a reason we learned the flame spell our first day as freshmen, you know? The complexity comes into play when adding metal to the mix. With a wave of his hand, he adds his block of metal to the flame. He twists his wrist, the metal starts glowing. He slowly shapes it into a long, thin rapier, and when he lets the flames extinguish, you see the Pendergast crest crave into its hilt. With a better understanding of the alloys used, I could have produced a more superior result, but I dare say this will I hate when he uses these words. Wow, that's so fancy. I wonder what I can do. Your metal magic practically limits your binding. You direct your chuck of metal into the flames, where you instantly sense it turn soft and malleable. Energy runs through you, leaving you giddy. I think that's how you say it. I never heard this word. You feel like you could forge the mightiest weapon, or the most intricate dagger. For a double-edged a sword. It's however about to have some competition. You make long, sweeping motions with your hands, and the metal fins and weapons. Your flames lick up its sides, helping you sharpen both edges. You press your palms together, and the blade pulses white hot before cooling to a silver so gleaming you can see your reflection in it. My goodness, that looks positively passable. Though, should I be concerned about your knack for forging weapons? Sometimes a girl just wants a cool knife. My magic is on fire today. I would sure say so. Class, please take a look at these two stellar examples of the forging spell. What lovely craftsmanship, Ellie. And a fantastic touch with the Pendergast crest, Mr. Harrington. I have a feeling you two will be a pleasure to have in class. Oh my god, what the hell is going on with me today? As she breezes away, you notice Beckett frowning at her back. Is everything okay? It seems like she's going to be a pretty fun professor, don't you think? That remains to be seen. You can now use the weapon forging spell. As the class empties later, Katrina approaches you and Beckett in the hall. Radiating with joy, she pulls Beckett into a tight hug. Surprise! I didn't want to give it away, but it was so hard to keep this from you all summer. Katrina, why did you... Katrina releases him, then holds out her hand toward you. When you take it, you're surprised by her firm handshake. And you're Ellie. I've heard so much about you. It seems you really helped my brother come out of his shell last year. I say it's been good for him. He seems so much more lively. You know what I mean. Katrina, please, if you're going to talk Ellie's ear off, could you at least wait until I'm not present? I'd rather avoid the headache. I should insist that you call me Professor Harrington, but I'll make an exception outside of class. Professor Harrington, why are you here anyway? Have you always been interested in teaching? I wouldn't exactly say so, but I suppose after being out of school for a while, I was beginning to get nostalgic. What better way to return than to teach? I'll admit, I was eager to have Beckett in my class. Not to brag, but he is rather brilliant. It makes a big sister proud witnessing his achievements in person. Beckett pinches the bridge of his nose. Katrina, how long exactly have you known you'll be teaching here? Months. I asked Mother and Father to keep it under wraps, because we both know that their bragging can get rather tiring. Heavens knows Heavens knows they don't need another thing to brag about when it comes to you. Now if I remember correctly, the dining hall is this way. Come, we must have lunch together. She links one arm with Beckett and the other with you, then steers you both across campus, shuddering all the while. Honestly, doesn't she seem like she'll be more into adventure or some sorts? In the dining hall, Katrina makes a beeline for your friends. She takes a seat and greets them one by one. Good morning, Atlas, Griffin, Shreya, Astor, and Zeph. It's a treat to meet you all at last. I'm Katrina Harrington. Did Katrina Harrington? Tell me I'm not hallucinating and that cost is real Burberry. How do you know who we are? I like to keep my identity and location under wraps. Beckett's spoken all about you. The jokish upperclassman, the walking Insta-tune post. Okay. The second-rate comedian, the attuned superfan, and Alex socially inept sever-looking twin. He sure seems to have done a succinct job, of describing each of us. While Katrina starts chatting with your friends, you take a seat beside Beckett, whose jaw is clenched. You whisper to him, "Hey, everything okay? You must be kind of shocked about all this." "Oh, I'm doing just peachy. Katrina's already inserting herself into my social circle. What more could I ask for?" If you're that much of a Thief fan, Katrina, you should check out the school games. The team's been doing really well. I did make the team in my day, but didn't have time to fit it in my other extracurriculars. I can talk. A shame there aren't 30 hours in a day. Katrina, the teacher conference room is down the hall. I believe you're supposed to eat with your peers. A letter flutters down onto the table in front of you. You all stare at it for a moment. Is it for me? Ellie, be careful. Actually, give it to me. I'll destroy it. What? No way. Nothing dangerous would get through the wards. You gotta open it. Have we forgotten that plenty of dangerous things have gotten through the wards? I agree with your sister, Ellie. How about I give it a scan? I can check it for dangerous X's, jinxes, toxins, and other nefarious substances and spells. Katrina, this is no small matter. Oh, it's nothing. Allow me. She waves her hand slowly over the letter. It glows a faint blue, then fades back to its regular color. Nothing suspicious on my end. Maybe you have a secret admirer, Ellie. Only one might find out. You slip your thumb beneath the seal, and the letter springs open in your hands. You begin to read flourishing script aloud. Dearest Ellie. Okay, this is a new animation. My sincerest apologies for the mess I created yesterday. I behaved like an absolute ruffian, and I'm utterly embarrassed. Putting that behind us, I make your acquaintance was a true pleasure. I'm certain you could teach me a thing or two about magic. Until the fateful day we meet again, I send wishes of health and magical plenty your way. Do take care. All my best, he who slumbers no longer, King of the earth and sky and all that lies between. Okay. As your voice fades, you feel a strange shiver race through you, as if an unfamiliar energy has settled down over you. You set the letter down. He certainly seems a lot friendlier on paper than in person, and he apologized for yesterday. I don't know, my father's always told me to never trust someone with a handlebar mustache. I don't know who this Kane is, but I don't trust him at all. Finally, you're talking sense. You went from totally destroying Penn Square yesterday to acting all sorry about it today. Like I'll be fooled that easily. He's slowly kissing... He started kissing your butt. I can't talk. He's slowly kissing your ass. You need to keep your guard up. That note reminds me of Duke Spellier's son, Lucas Spellier III. He has such an eloquent way of speaking. Why am I speaking like this so much that day? Instantly took a liking to me. Though I recall, he and Beckett absolutely despised each other. There was one time. Beckett stands abruptly from the table, and you all turn to look at him. He clears his throat. I have to go to my next class. Before you can react, he turns and strides toward the door. You glance at his plate, which is still out full of food. But you haven't finished eating, and you don't even have a class after this. You stand up and hurry out of the dining hall after Beckett. You find him just outside, pacing agitated. I'm not going... Is everything okay? You left in a pretty big hurry, and you barely ate your lunch. I can't believe Katrina just showed up and inserted herself into my life once again. She's always putting in as soon as I carve a place for myself. He takes a deep breath and turns to you. Pardon my outburst. You don't need to trouble yourself with my grousing. It's a trivial matter. No. You're not getting away with that. You're upset and I want to know what's wrong. You don't have to bottle it up. Beckett signs, rubbing at his temples. I'm aware I sound foolish and paranoid, but Katrina just shines at everything she does. She always has, and I've always palled in comparison. How am I supposed to amount to anything at this school when my accomplished older sister has returned to steal the spotlight? So that's what this is about. I'm going to take a walk, practice an air spell I've been developing. It allows one to reshape the clouds, excellent for clearing the head. So now the illustrious Beckett Harrington can manipulate the actual clouds in the sky. No biggie. It's hardly difficult. You're welcome to come with me, if you're so inclined. I will appreciate the company. We have to play, obviously we have. But unfortunately, I don't have any diamonds, so no thank you. I kind of just rushed out to make sure you were alright. But I should probably get back before my food gets cold. Right, I wouldn't want you to starve. I hope your walk goes well. Like, we are going to lose a spell, I already know. Beckett gives a non-committal grunt and heads down the hall. You return to the dining hall to finish your lunch. Oh, actually, we didn't lose a spell, okay. Later on, you and Atlas meet Dean Son for your first paired lesson. You show her the letter before training begins. It just appeared out of thin air. I didn't think something like that would be possible given campus security. No, it shouldn't be. And you really don't know this Kane person? Our parents didn't know him. Your parents may have, but there's no way to know for sure. However, I certainly don't. Are you sure you aren't getting something from us? Not to sound accusatory or anything. It's just, it wouldn't be the first time. I promise you, Ellie, Atlas. No more secrets going forward. Anything that I know, you'll know. For what you've described, I'm certain I remember him. Well, there goes our only lead. Not necessarily. Ellie, I'm sure you practiced your prescience quite a bit over the summer. That's one to help. What? I might be a little rusty, but it's worth a try. You close your eyes, letting the room's warmth sweep into your skin. You try to ignore the feeling of Dean Son and Atlas' eyes on you. Can you guys, I don't know, turn your backs or something? Seriously? Let's give her some space. You hear Atlas sign before their footsteps move across the room. You squeeze your eyes shut, tired, and try to relax. After a moment, something begins to swirl in front of your eyes, slowly taking shape. Come on, this has gotta work. It has to. A young girl with golden blonde hair kneels on the floor of a dilapidated building, scraping a dull knife across the rune symbol painted on the hard wood. Please, please, please! She scraps the last bit of paint before dropping the knife. Here we go. She runs from the door, hand outstretched, and meets a shimmering magic barrier. The impact sends her flying backwards across the room. No! Okay. You fling your arms out wide as you come back to yourself. Why did I read across? Ellen, what is it? What's Kane up to? It wasn't Kane. It was that girl from the locket. She's trapped in some kind of house. She's all alone, Atlas. That's not our responsibility. That's not our responsibility. After everything we've read, I'm not feeling up for another mission already. Speaking of, we haven't had much of a chance to catch up yet, and I've been meaning to ask. How are the two of you feeling? I can't imagine what must be going through your minds. Especially you, Ellie. Atlas told me that you were the one to deliver the final blow to Rafe. That must still weigh on your conscience. Going forward, some of the decisions you'll make will strain your moral compass. Choose wisely. Really hard. I can't stop seeing his face. When I'm asleep, when I'm awake. I know he was a monster, but I can't help wondering if killing him has made me one too. Never. You did what you had to do. Don't you ever put yourself in the same category as that. I'm not going to read that. Athos is right. The simple fact that you have these feelings means you could never be anything like Rafe. I'm sorry that I couldn't have done more to stop Rafe myself. But that's why I'm going to do everything in my power to help you to reach your full potential, or die trying. Though not literally. Not literally. Oh dear, perhaps I should be more careful with my word choices. She claps her hands. Our first lesson is a technique to help you expand your magical capacity, allowing you to power stronger spells on your own. Does that mean we'll get more attunements? Because I'm more than ready to become the Avatar. Do what now? Not exactly. This technique is more about strengthening what's already there, like a swimmer growing their lung capacity with cardio training. Like a swimmer. I swear, I don't know what is wrong with me today, but I can't read anything. Like, it's worse than it is already. The trick is learning to find the edges of your magical energy and then stretching them to their limits. Like getting a fitted sheet onto a mattress. Are we the mattress or the sheet in this analogy? Both. I'll try first. It must be the summer solstice or something, because my magic is feeling crazy strong today. This will be easy. Well, it is in the summer solstice, and you shouldn't get ahead of yourself. You need to calm your mind to find your magical energy. You flash the swan a thumb up, then close your eyes. After a moment or two of focusing, you find the core of your magical energy. Got it. Now what do I do again? Use a sheet analogy. Grasp the edges and stretch them to expand your magical core. You funnel your consciousness into the glowing beacon of magical core. Though it's bright, you notice it seems small. I should try to stretch it. This is my first time making a bed. You grasp the edges with your mind, but the second you tug, your energy loses consistency, like a fog. What the? Your consciousness grapples with the faint sensation of your energy. You manage to get a sleeper hold on it. Come on, you can do this, Allie. I should grab the edges before they vanish. You dig deeper, screwing your eyes shut, and trying to cultivate the tiny seed of your magical core. Ellie, don't push yourself too hard. I just need to... A few moments later, you open your eyes. The glare of the sun igniting a throbbing in your head. You sit up and your surroundings swim into focus. What happened? I feel kind of sick. I told you not to push yourself. You fainted right onto the marble. It's like my magical cord just vanished. Din-san, what's going on? That's impossible. You're just doing it wrong. Watch me. Atla's eyes slid further shut, and her breathing becomes gentle. I can feel it. It's right there. Her shoulders tense and her nose wrinkles as she strains to perform the spell. Suddenly, her eyes wide open. It's gone. I don't feel my magical energy at all. She holds up her hand and snaps her fingers together, trying to conjure a flame, but only sparks appear. Now, don't panic. Atlas, perhaps your magic is experiencing a lull because of the daytime. That's never happened before, and Ellie is the sun nut. She shouldn't be having any problems. What the hell? There has to be an explanation. Like, when my magical... I'm perfect today. Like, when my magic got all weak last year, it was because of the winter solstice. You're very right, Ellie. A calm, collected mind will help us out here. How am I supposed to be calm about this? Din-san, what's happening to us? I don't know, this is highly unusual. Let's call it a day. The two of you should go to the medical wing. They might know more. I'll try to do some research between meetings. We're just supposed to be okay walking around campus like a couple of tuneless kids in the meanwhile? Are you kidding? She glares at Din-san for a second before turning and storming out of the sun-nut room. Tim appears, nuzzling against you in worry. Yeah, she's scared. So am I. Go after her, Ellie. She needs you right now. Din-san places a hand on your shoulder for a moment. She nods and you run after Atlas, chasing her to the center of campus. Atlas, hold up. The same thing happened to me. Let's talk about it and, I don't know, figure out what we should do. She rears around to face you, but instead of anger, you see fear in her eyes. You don't understand. When I was on the run, my magic was the only thing keeping me safe. I need it. How am I supposed to start my classes tomorrow when the only thing I have going for me isn't even going for me anymore? Flames shoot off her body, eating bushes and scorching the grass. She curses and puts them out with a snap of her fingers. Your magic's back. You raise a hand and focus on your sun magic. And so is mine. Whatever that was, it's over. It was a blip, like what happened to me during the winter solstice last year. Atlas crosses her eyes, jaw tense. So you worried about your classes starting? You have your first class with me. I'll be there with you. Just forget about it. Tim headbutts Atlas gently in the shin, and she places her hand on his head. Atlas, about school. Aren't you excited? I know things feel totally off kilter right now, but I felt the same way last year, and I ended up pretty okay. If you can handle fighting a murderer, you can handle being a student. You may even come to enjoy it after you a clan mate. She stares at you for a long moment, then something in her gaze softens to nearly impersonal. I want to fit in here. I want to find a place I belong. Then I'll feel normal. Tim believes in you, and so do I. We're going to handle tomorrow together. We're in unit. Twin of mine. Atlas lets out a sign. Let me guess. You've already done conscious supply shopping. Come again? Atlas takes a piece of paper out of her pocket and shows it to you. Eyebrows raised. Is that what that piece of paper was? I thought it was an old assignment from last year and threw it out. Oh, this is so good. I can't believe I'm already more on top of this cool thing than you are. Might I point out that neither of us has done our shopping yet, so we're both a problem students. Well, Penn Square is a portal right away. We might as well get this over with. Oh my, do you want to hang out with me? Do you? Do you? Actually, it's Tim I want to hang out with. But I guess I'll be done with you tagging along too. I think this will help me feel better about, well, everything. Why? You seem like you just need to think things through alone. I don't want to get in the way. But I thought you wanted to... Never mind, that's probably a good idea. Aimers take longer the more people you take. And you'll probably be loud and stuff. You notice she looks a little disappointed. You speak up as she starts to turn away. You can take Tim with you, though. I can tell. I'm sure you'll like the outing. Atlas nods her thanks as Tim bounces around enthusiastically. The two of them head to Penn Square without you. You're taking a walk around campus a few days later when you spot Griffin coming out of Thief Arena. You even head over to him. Hey Griffin, were you getting some extra practice or... Oh, hi Hallie. Cap had some news for me. Turns out he's going to be training me to take over as captain next year. No way, you must be so excited. It's everything I could have wished for, I guess. That sounds less than enthusiastic. Is something wrong? I'll be lying if I said it was totally unexpected. I know I've been playing well the last 2 years, and it's an honor to Cap saw that. But I just applied for the Fortuna Valerie scholarship, and that's a big commitment. As big as training to be a team captain. I don't want to let Cap or the team down, but whatever I decide now affects next year too. No pressure, am I right? Griffin, about being a captain, you have to take time to make your decision. The captain sprung this on you right after you applied for your scholarship. That's a lot of handle all at once. Tell me about it. I feel like I'm trying to figure out my game plan for this year and next year. You don't want to rush a decision like that. Just give yourself some time to figure out what's best for you. Griffin signs it, then runs a hand down his face. Thanks for looking out for me, Ellie. But I just need to get used to the whole idea of being captain. And that's why Cap's training me. Anyway, I don't want to worry you about all of that right now. I'm about to head off for some field work. Alrighty, that's great. What are you doing? An earthquake hit off the coast of an island in the Pacific. A tsunami is on the way, and me and my cohort are going to fortify the beach. That sounds like a lot of responsibility. It is, but I'm working with the best Pendergast has to offer. It will be an incredible learning experience and great magic practice. Now, this is something you seem excited about. It's practically radiating off you. Natural disaster relief is thrilling and it's meaningful. There's nothing like going to these places and facing down Mother Nature. You can come help if you like. We're always happy to have more hands on deck. Do you think I'll be really helpful? Not bad about it. Plus, once we do our job, there will be some time for a little fun in the surf and sun. What do you say? You have to pay. So no. I really like it, but no. I'm not sure if I'm ready to face down an actual tsunami, but I know you have it in you. Go save the day and have fun. You deserve it. Thanks, Ellie. I'll catch you later. You wave as Griffin drops off. On the way back to your dorm later that night, you notice Atlas heading swiftly down the hall, keeping her head low. This is the final part, isn't it? Because my camera is running out of battery. You try to catch up to her, following her to Dean Son's office. She presses her ear to the door, then steps back and mutters a spell. Where's the rail? Where? She's breaking into Son's office. You quickly follow behind as Atlas slips her inside and it shuts the door behind her. You press your ear to the door like she did and hear nothing until something metallic clatters the floor inside. You burst into the office, heart pounding. Atlas, what are you? You're just in time to see Atlas disappear into the mirror beside Dean Son's desk. I don't know what you're doing, what you're hiding, Atlas, but I'm going to find out. And this is the end of chapter 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications so you know like what the hell Atlas is doing. And don't forget to follow me on my social media, and see you guys in the next one. Bye!